Welcome back to Detroit. We're getting ready for the first game of 4 between the Astros and the Tigers. Tatsuya Imai making his 11th start on the year. I'm with pitching coach Josh Miller right now to talk a little bit more about Imai. We liked what we saw in that last start for him. What did you like? What do you want to see more of today against the Tigers?
Well, he was throwing strikes. They were swinging and missing at his good stuff when it was down and under the zone. You know, we gotta get in the zone with the fastball and present the splitter and the slider as strikes to balls and get them whiffing.
Bullpen's done an excellent job, especially close games. It's been fun to watch those guys come out of the pen. Why are they having so much success lately?
You know, they're very talented pitchers. You know, we had some early struggles as a team at the beginning of the season. Seemed to have turned the corner, adjusting to the new rules and the swing behavior of our opponents, attacking the zone a lot more. The walks have been minimized, and that's been beneficial to our guys.
Josh Hader, how much of an impact does he make being in there?
Oh, huge impact. You know, him back at the back end of the bullpen. You feel really good about our chances in the ninth inning in a close game. Getting Hunter Brown back as a force of our starting rotation has been helpful. You know, it's been good.
Thanks for the time. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
Pitching coach Josh Miller, we thank him for the time as we get ready here in Detroit. We'll be right back to talk more as they get set for Game 1.
Long way.
Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And by Nava Law Group. You got hurt, make them pay. DoNotSettle.com. Beautiful night here in Detroit as we get ready for baseball between the Astros and Tigers. First of 4 tonight from Comerica Park. 2 night games followed by 2 day games. How about what the Astros have done against teams that are right around the wild card position? Why are we bringing this up? Because last year the Astros lost the season series to Detroit. Tigers were in, Astros were out, even though they had the exact same regular season record. Currently, Blummer, the Blue Jays are the 3rd wild card team, and here are some teams that are also close.
Yeah, I think that was a lesson learned. The Astros have really done a good job of some of those contending teams going out there playing well, getting that record so they don't have that tie and enabling them to maybe sneak into the playoffs if it comes to that situation. But the rate the Astros have been going, they're creeping back into that American League West to make things even more interesting. But it is kind of fun to kind of look ahead and wonder if the wild card does come down to those season series, you've got to be able to have a hold on that series to be able to get past them and get into the potential wild card or playoff situation. And that's where we sit. We're going to check out the Astros starting lineup presented by Whataburger. Jeremy Pena, Jordan Alvarez, Isaac Paredes sliding into that 3 spot. We know that Christian Walker had the day off, but he's also going to slide down a spot. Not really a downgrade going from the 3rd hole to the cleanup spot, but Isaac Paredes swinging a hotter bat, maybe protecting Jordan Alvarez a little bit better during this stretch.
They're going to face the 25-year-old right-hander Troy Melton, who last year was the Tigers Rookie of the Year as voted on by the Detroit sports media. Astros faced him for 1 inning last year. It was here at this stadium out of the bullpen, and he pitched a 1-2-3 inning facing Cam Smith, Christian Vasquez, and Jeremy Pena. So 3 guys out of the 9 in the lineup haven't at bat against or plate appearance against Melton in their career, but a lot of these guys seeing him for the first time. He was supposed to start the opener in that series at Daikin Park when the Astros took 2 out of 3 against the Tigers, but just woke up with a little back tightness, and so he was out of the starting rotation for a turn and came back strong against the White Sox, pitching 6 innings of 1-hit, 1-run baseball in his last start. So ready to go on a warm, comfortable night here in Detroit as Jeremy Pena takes the pitch up, and we're underway. Ryan Wills is the home plate umpire tonight. There's going to be a challenge right away from Dylan Dingler.
Catcher shout to the ball.
ABS powered by T-Mobile on the first pitch of the game.
Strike.
And Dingler gets it overturned.
Tell you what, it looks like from the shadows that a pitcher decided to pick this start time, huh?
Yes.
Man.
This is not going to be easy on the hitters early on, Blummer.
No. For that sun to set, you can see the shadows from behind home plate. Got a bright background, a little bit of a gap in between, but how about Dingler knows that zone pretty good.
We are a few days removed from the longest day of the year. Start time locally at 6:40, but the sun definitely a factor early on in this game.
Oof.
You're glad you're up here, huh?
Very much so.
Pena goes down on strikes as Melton picks up a strikeout to start this one.
Yellowwood is bringing the lumber, and so is Yordan Alvarez. 12 career games here at Comerica, and a shocking number there at the bottom, 1,000 OPS in one of these road ballparks. He has done an extremely good job. 16 hits, 13 RBIs. He's also scored 10 runs.
Big man takes a first pitch for a strike, 0-1. Yordan had a lot of base hits and drew a lot of walks in that series against the Blue Jays. He drew 6 walks, 3 of them intentional, in the 3-game set against Toronto, and now he is quickly down in the count 0-2. Hopefully Tatsuya Imai is taking notes about this top of the first inning.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Take advantage of the situation. Throw strikes early.
Because Melton has not been a swing and miss guy on the year. Just 19 strikeouts in 31 2/3 innings coming in, but back-to-back strikeouts here. Taking advantage of those shadows, and Yordan Alvarez down on 3 pitches.
Pretty good cutter. Threw it at 95. Good, sharp, quick, diving in movement.
So now Isaac Paredes.
99.
Ooh. Ooh. Isaac did something in that Blue Jay series that hasn't been done by an Astros since 2010. That is have the team's first run batted in the first inning for 3 straight games. He's going to have to do it all on his own here since nobody's on and 2 outs to keep that streak going. Tried to lift on that one. It's 1-2. Lance Berkman back in 2010 from June 4th to June 6th, the last Astros player to record the team's first RBI in the first inning for 3 straight. Thanks Sports Radar for that note. Swing and a miss, and Paredes is even with the count at 2 apiece. Man, he picked it up right away. There's just no comfortable swings early. Nobody even fouling a pitch off.
No. There we go.
Yeah, there's contact, but not outstanding contact. It's a pop-up, and it's caught by Zach McKinstry. That's an easy first inning for Troy Melton.
Texas Ford dealer.
Here we are, and this is the Tigers lineup. Kevin McGonigal going to be leading off, getting his first DH day at the top of the lineup. Kerry Carpenter, Dylan Dingler, Riley Green, Colt Keith, Spencer Torkelson, Zach McKinstry, and James Outman, along with Hao Yu Lee in that lineup. Torkelson, #1 overall pick back in 2020.
Tatsuya Imai facing 6 lefties tonight. He'll try and build on what he did against the Guardians in his last start at home. 6 innings of 3-run baseball. Struck out a career-high 11. And had a lot of swing and miss on the slider that day. Astros' top strikeout performance of the year, matching Spencer Arrighetti, who had 11 strikeouts in a game earlier this year. Now facing Detroit for the first time in his career. Delivers a strike to Kevin McGonigal. And there's a swing and a miss, 0-2. Plummer, we're going to try and differentiate between his slider that drops and his splitter that drops, because they're very close to each other in terms of movement.
Yeah, hopefully StatCast has figured it out, because in that last start, they weren't populating the pitch usage as splits. They were populating his slider, and I think that StatCast is having some issues, but they have since made the adjustment. And that last time out, he actually threw 15 splits or changeups, depending on how you look at it. He threw them all to left-handed hitters, and they were very effective. He didn't land any in the strike zone, but he got 5 swings on it. 4 of them missed. So that was a pretty good pitch for him. And he's going to need it. There's a lot of lefties in this lineup for the Tigers.
Only Dylan Dingler, Spencer Torkelson, and Hao Yu Lee, the 3, 6, and 9 hitters, right-hand hitters tonight. Imai ahead 1-2. And he gets a swing and a miss. Down goes McGonigal to start this one. Tatsuya picks up where he left off last start. How about the Astros starting defense? It's presented by Xfinity. Behind the plate with Imai today is going to be Christian Vasquez after Yainer Diaz caught all 3 games in Toronto. Yainer getting his first start on this trip. Christian Walker back in there after just his 2nd day off of the season, along with the other regulars. Then in the outfield, Joey Loperfido, a hero the last 2 days with Taylor Trammell in center and Cam Smith in right. Pitch missing down and in to Kerry Carpenter. It's 1-0.
Back to that strikeout pitch to Kevin McGonigal. There you see it is that slider on our matches from Supermo. But that reaction is more splitter or backing up slider, so good luck with that. Hitters are having a hard time figured out. StatCast is having a hard time figuring out. Just have to wait and see.
Fastball misses off the plate, 2-1. The other huge sign for Tatsuya Imai last start was not only the 11 strikeouts, the no walks.
Yeah, that's usually a good number for a lot of Astros pitchers.
But that has plagued him at various times this year.
And that's kind of what Josh Miller was hinting at when he was talking to Julia about these starts for Imai. Just fill up that zone and get after it. Did a good job with his fastball command last time out. 70% strike percentage. And he was also 6 of 10 in first pitch strikes with the fastball.
A little check swing. It's going to go past the mound. Barehanding it is Paredes. How about that play? Isak says, who needs a glove?
Nice play cutting across, because sometimes with these softly hit check swings, you wonder if anybody has a chance to get to it. But Isak playing over in that shift was able to cut across, barehand this one nicely on that short hop. Good adjustment in that bare hand to make a strong throw and get Carpenter by a step or two.
Really impressive play by Paredes. Now Dylan Dingler will bat with 2 outs.
The player to watch is presented by Jack in the Box, and Dylan Dingler having himself a season. But he's also having a pretty good homestand in 6 games. His OPS up over 1,000, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. Comes into this game with 18 home runs, and he's amongst league leaders with 56 RBIs as well.
He's having a huge year for the Tigers, leading them in pretty much every offensive category that matters. Imai down in the count here, 2-0. See you missing in. It's a 3-0 count. But one thing, Imai, in addition to hopefully controlling the walks today, he's going to have to figure out a way to go deep, because the Astros really used their pen in that series in Toronto.
One thing we've kind of noticed is if the pitch count goes up, he seems to be a little bit stronger.
This is on all 4 pitches there to Dylan Dingler, facing his first right-hand hitter. Couldn't find the zone. Doing a little reminding of himself to either not get too rotational or get more rotational, as he was mimicking his delivery there. Here's Riley Green. The other thing with Imai, and we talk about it, how he's made all these adjustments coming over from Japan, is you're never sure until you're in the heat of the moment how your stuff plays against a new league. And I think he's starting to learn his stuff plays in the zone if he commands the strike zone. Not a high batting average against him.
Yeah, I agree. And you're going to get different. You're going to get different, swing profiles probably here in Major League Baseball in comparison to Major League Baseball out there in Japan.
Yeah, if he came out of the gates and all of a sudden he's getting hit around, then you can understand where he may shy away from the zone. But it's almost been a flip. He shied away from the zone early, and now he's commanding more and realizing his stuff plays. 0-2 on Riley Green. That's a called third strike. Green's going to challenge. So a couple of first inning challenges for Ryan Wills. Dylan Dingler won the challenge in the top of the first inning, and now Green says, I don't feel like I struck out, and he didn't. It's a close take, but a good take, and a 1-2 count instead.
Yeah, and I still think that's a good pitch. 0-2. See if you can't get him to swing, maybe pop it up at the top of the zone. Almost got the call. It's still an effective pitch at the top. Now you can set up that slider down or go back up top.
There's the slider down you're talking about. It's 2-2. Two-out walk to Dylan Dingler. Now a 2-2 count to Riley Green. Joe Espada saying before the game he feels like some of the profiles for the Tigers hitters mimic a little bit of what we saw with the Guardians. Not exactly, but to the point where maybe Tatsuya can have a good game plan against this team like he did against Cleveland. Tried to hold up on a pitch up. That's a swing, says Ryan Addington, and that's a strikeout for Imai. He starts and ends the first with a strikeout, and we're scoreless after one.
Presented by Daly and Black. This is the leadoff hitter for the second inning for the Astros here. Christian Walker, who had the day off. It was more of a day for him to work on some things offensively, trying to use the whole field. Joe wanted him to kind of focus on using the right field, thinking that will get him right there, just going through a tough stretch. However, this is a guy who is so consistent when doing the work, doing all the things that make him prepared, knowing that things will come around, good head on his shoulders. He's a guy that younger players are watching to see how he reacts to things. Great example, guys.
Yeah, hopefully the little day off will give him a reset here as he starts this 4-game series, batting in a cleanup spot. Fouls the first pitch off. It's 0-1.
I agree. You can't underestimate the value of guys who really kind of show that work ethic underneath. And I think, you know, he's kind of that extension of the hitting coaches on the field and in the dugout. You know, the hitting coaches have to work with everybody individually, but I think Christian does a good job working with the Cam Smiths, Bryce Matthews, and some of the other younger guys in that dugout, just kind of continuing the conversation between teammates. And I think that goes a long way for a lot of these younger guys who are trying to learn their way through this season. Because one thing to learn how to hit here in the big leagues, it's another thing to learn how to play 162 games. These are marathons.
Christian is a guy who throughout his career posts.
Yeah.
He's not going to be a guy that plays 140 or 145. He's in that 155 to 162 range. He's only missed 2 games all year.
And I think you learned that last year. He was kind of dealing with that oblique. It felt like the entire season. And he just continued to show up and get in that lineup.
Pop foul down the right
Lost
field
it.
side, and that's going to be out of play.
I think Torkelson lost it.
Tough play. He had a long way to go.
Well, everybody over there had a long way to go.
Christian survives that foul ball. It stays 1-2. Yeah, there you go. Kind of eased up after he got out of the sunshine.
Yeah. Nice of the cloud cover to go away for.
Wasn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if the Tigers had control of the cloud cover. But when they came to the plate, there were no shadows.
That was
What
crazy.
are we doing? It's messed up. This game's hard. And then you're doing that to these guys. I'd be calling timeout and looking up for a cloud to come by.
All right, bring the sun back. The
Yep.
Astros are batting. Walker battling down on the count this AB and punches another foul. May have broken his bat on it. He did.
Oh, this would be a great delay. Where's that cloud?
Go get a little pine tar.
Yep.
Or pine tar stick at least. Used to be a pine tar rag. Now it's a pine tar stick.
I mean, the variety of options they have on deck now are incredible. Sprays, sticks, tar.
They doing housework, making sure the pine tar stick is back on the circle. That was Biggio-esque, huh?
That was. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Get out of the way when Biz is getting rid of the donut or the bat weight. Oh my gosh. I learned that the hard way.
How'd you learn it?
Well, Jimmy Williams decided to put me in the 2 spot in between Craig and Jeff, which I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
But, I didn't have a camera, but I took in a Polaroid and took a picture of the lineup card. And I'm going out there. I'm like, sweet, man, we're at home. I'm getting announced in between Biggio and Bagwell. And I immediately fire onto the on-deck circle because I'm hitting second. I'm like, hey, man, I got to get ready. Biz comes out, pushes me out of the way.
Pushes you.
Physically. Pushes me out of the way.
2 pitches of swinging and miss.
Cutter's looking good for Melton early. But yeah, he pushes me out of the way, grabs the bat weight that he wants. So I'm like, okay, I take the hint. I move out of the way. He gets his swings done. And I think he's going to slam the donut like on the way. And I move back to the circle, and he almost slams this thing on my toe to make sure he put it at the point of the star and the Astro logo on the circle. I was like, dude, what?
Well, you couldn't actually say that.
I couldn't. I was like, dude, you're really going to the Hall of Fame. I'm not. Maybe I should have done that. Dang it. He was trying to tell me something. But yeah, and then, I mean, it was numerous things after that. But I learned real quick. The second at bat, I stayed in the dugout until he was in the box. I'm like, I'm not getting anywhere near this guy.
I'm not messing.
Risking life over here.
Pushing you right out of the circle.
He was the best.
0-2 pitch to 2 of his up. It's 1-2.
And it was crazy to me to think that somebody that good was still concerned about the superstition of the game. I'm like, dude, your natural ability is going to overwhelm any routine you have.
Tuve taking a close pitch, 2-2. Yeah, to take it to that extreme, kind of crazy. Yeah. The bitch had his routine, stuck with it.
That worked.
That did. Tuve back in the 5 spot tonight. Pops a foul out of play. He came in for early BP, despite the Astros not getting in till a little bit after 3 in the morning last night.
Yeah, Toronto not doing the Astros any favors. Having to go through customs at, 2, 3 in the morning? It's always fun.
Yep.
That'll test your mood.
Melton already has 3 strikeouts. This is not a big strikeout pitcher, as we mentioned. His high on the season is 5, and the high in his career is 7.
Well, he's definitely getting after the zone with a purpose here early on against the Astros. Good velocity, too. We saw him at 98.9 in that first inning.
Altuve is going to challenge this call, which is a called third strike. Dylan Dingler thinks it's the final out of the inning. All kinds of chaos out there. Dingler walked towards his dugout thinking the inning's over. Altuve is going to lose his challenge. And Altuve, who has a lot of overturns on the season, loses that one. This MLB season, get a Baja for a blast. When a home run clears 420 feet, you can score a free 20-ounce Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Register now at BajaBlastHomeRuns.com. That unlocks the offer. Oh, Joey Loperfido back in the lineup, adding 6 today. Loperfido with a huge series against his former team. Game-winning home run in the game on Tuesday. A triple and scoring on an error to put the Astros ahead 2-1 in the 8th in yesterday's game. Eventually they would win it 3-1. Joey really helped the Astros take that series.
He did literally a little bit of everything to help the Astros win in that series. Took some good swings, the power bomb, the 3-run home run late. Catcher's interference. He was running the bases well. He had a triple mixed in there. He also enticed an absolutely awful pickoff attempt and scored a go-ahead run on that situation too. But he was in on the action.
I saw you guys chatting about that in the dugout, and I asked that question yesterday. It's an interesting point. Would that have been a balk?
Yeah.
Had the third baseman Okamoto caught the ball?
Did we get a confirmed answer on that? I feel like we got it mixed because Joey kind of said, he asked me the question. I said it's kind of in between, and I explained to him, it kind of depends on the third baseman being the same distance as you are off the base. And the throw went to the left of Okamoto, and he kind of felt like that was what would have made it a balk. because the throw was going away from third base. And I was like, that's a pretty good point, because it wasn't leading the third baseman into the potential pickoff tag situation.
And the defender has to be part of the pickoff move. And Okamoto had no idea, no clue that he was part of that pickoff move when that throw was made. This ball sent to center. Crouching down is Outman to get a better look at that fly ball, and he makes the play. So Melton off and racing. He's retired all 6 batters with 4 strikeouts in the mix. Time to take a look at tonight's Chevy Stroh poll. Which of these Astros would impact the team the most if they have a dominant second half, a dominating second half? Would you go with A, Brian Abreu, A for Abreu, B, Jose Altuve, C, Isaac Paredes, D, Christian Walker? Which Astro star impacts the team the most with a dominating second half? Go to @SpaceCityHN, use the hashtag Stroh poll. We'll have the results later on. Colt Keith will lead things off. Colt Keith. Oh, what just happened? Behind the back and a flip to first, the most casual behind the back play by a pitcher you'll ever want to see.
Make it look easy.
Sleight of hand by Tatsuya Imai as he made that play look like he knew it was happening all along.
Oh, that's got to be our all-state good hands replay. The pitch and then the reach behind the back. I got this, guys. Nice and easy. Get another look at it from behind. Little one-hop smash right into the glove. That's where I knew it was going. Wow, that was special.
I mean, I feel like we need to find videos of him doing that all the time in Japan. He did that like he's done it plenty of times in his career.
Yeah, he was not surprised by that. He's like, that's exactly what I knew I was doing.
There was no reaction. Now he's 0-2 on Torkelson. I mean, Payne was there had the ball gotten by him.
Oh, yeah.
But no need for Payne when you can make that kind of play behind your back.
Yeah, Jason Bell's going to have to readjust his scouting reports, knowing that Imai's got the behind the back catch in the repertoire.
Yeah, that's a good point. Tony Parashika, too. Tony moves the infielders a lot.
Yeah, I didn't see Tony hitting him fungos and reaching behind his back.
Torkelson down on strikes. Imai, after that fancy play, picks up his 3rd strikeout for the second out of the inning. Astros second half single game tickets are on sale now. Get your tickets to marquee matchups against the Rangers, the Blue Jays, the Braves, and more. Secure your tickets now at Astros.com/SGT. Astros come home on Monday for a 6-game homestand. Then they're on the road for 6 leading into the All-Star break. And then they kick off the post-All-Star break schedule with 6 more. We have 2 kind of critical 16-game stretches ahead of the Astros. The 16 games between now and the All-Star break. We want to finish strong going into the break. And then the 16 games coming out of the All-Star break into the trade deadline. Zach McKinstry, the batter, with a 1-1 count. Because the first 16 are going to kind of determine your strategy for the next 16, but you need to. There's going to be a lot of teams in the mix come August 3rd at the trade deadline.
Yeah.
So if the Astros are where they are now, you've got to think they're going to be pushing the gas pedal to try and improve their team at the deadline. It's going to be a very interesting 2.5 weeks going into the break and 2.5 weeks coming out of the break. Swing and a miss. How about Imai tonight? Looking strong. He is matching Troy Melton. 4 strikeouts and no hits through 2 for both pitchers.
To do something special, and now 3 months later we have to go through the sad part, the frustrated part. We're doing our best right now to support our community, our country, from the distance, all the players, all the team, all the people that we have here. Unfortunately, we have a lot of people that we know. They lost some family members, and now it's even harder for us. But we're still looking at a lot of stuff from the distance. We're talking with the government. We're talking with a lot of people out there. See how we can do, what we can do from here in the next probably couple of days or maybe weeks to help our country to recover from this.
Astros bench coach Omar Lopez is trying to find words today. Obviously, they're emotional with the devastating earthquakes that rocked Venezuela yesterday. Manager of Team Venezuela, too, like he talked about, seeing the highs there, enjoying the celebration with the entire country. He felt that, and he says just frustrating, devastating. And in this series, there's actually several guys from Team Venezuela, and then Jose Altuve, of course, from there. They've come together. They've supported each other through this the first day of this, and the group text firing back up for Team Venezuela. Just support. They're trying to figure out what to do. You heard him say that. And TK, around the league, teams having a moment of silence before the game as well.
Yeah, real tough time, Julia. Omar, obviously emotional before the game. Jose Altuve, Javier Bracamonte, all part of Team Venezuela, and all of our thoughts are with them and their families and loved ones and friends that have been impacted by those terrible earthquakes. Same with the Tigers. A couple guys from Venezuela on the Detroit side as well. And it's a real tough time, Blummer, because it's a helpless feeling to be all the way here and not be able to do anything. The game's probably a good way for these guys to get their minds off it for a couple of hours, but it's been a rough go.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's only 3 hours where you're able to kind of not be on your phone and see the news and see the updates. So much concern back in that country. It's just devastating to have 2 earthquakes in the same spot. And maybe, obviously not the same infrastructure that we have here locally. But I can only imagine what their phone calls and trying to contact those back in Venezuela must have been like. But yeah, Omar wears it. He loves his country. These guys are true. They have that Venezuelan pride, and they'll find a way to contribute and try and make things better.
This one towards left center, and coming across is Outman to make the play. Outman was shaded way over to right center on cam, more so than we see most outfielders. That ball was almost a straightaway center, and Outman had a long way to go.
Unfortunately, that ball hung up just long enough to allow Outman to get underneath it.
Cater Montero, who's going to start tomorrow for the Tigers, and also Emmanuel De Jesus, one of their relievers from Venezuela on the Tigers side. So our thoughts are with all players, families, as Taylor Trammell hooks one foul impacted by those terrible earthquakes last night. Trammell in the lineup today, playing center field. He was out of the lineup yesterday, but he hit the 3rd of 3 consecutive home runs for the Astros in the 4th inning of Tuesday's game in Toronto. Takes a pitch off the plate. It's 1-1.
Yeah, that was an exclamation point on those back-to-back home runs.
I'm glad Taylor's back in there in the outfield here in Detroit just to get over any of his past thoughts of what happened here last time he was in Detroit. Yeah. This ball popped foul. Colt Keith giving it a look, and he makes a nice running catch. So Melton retiring the first 8 today, 2 outs in the 3rd.
Join the official kids club of the Houston Astros and sign up for the Astros Buddies Club presented by HEB today. Buddies Club members receive a drawstring bag, widget hat, widget charms, socks, lanyard, and 4 tickets to an Astros game. Visit astros.com/buddies to sign up today.
That's 8 2/3 innings of one-hit baseball for Troy Melton over his last 2 starts. The only hit he allowed last outing was a home run against the White Sox. In fact, the only runs he's allowed in his last 2 starts have been 5 solo home runs. But has not allowed much else, as he's had the Astros early on here on an 0-for-8. Now he's 0-2 on Christian Vasquez. Vasquez didn't start in any of those games in Toronto, getting the start today. Vasquez did see Melton once before in his career and drew a walk. Just Christian Vasquez, Cam Smith, and Jeremy Pena have faced this right-hander before. And that is strikeout number 5. Melton has already matched his season high in strikeouts, and we're only in the 3rd inning.
League leaders are presented by Houston Methodist. How about some chase rates? We talked about it in the open. We're going to show you again here. Highest chase rate minimum of 10 starts, and Tatsuya Imai is on there at 32%, just behind Chase Burns. Jacob Mizorowski at 38.1. Some heavy strikeout, swing and miss type pitchers on this list. And last time out, we talked about Imai having 11 strikeouts. He also racked up 20 whiffs in that game. 14 of them have been on that slider.
Wow. What a number. 14 swings and misses last
One
time.
pitch, yeah. Pretty impressive.
He's been good today with 4 strikeouts here, the first 6 outs, facing James Outman, the number 8 hitter. And Outman goes after the first pitch and fouls one away. Astros and Tigers kicking off a 4-game series. Astros winning 2 out of 3 at Daikin Park a little more than a week ago. Tigers were in town for a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday series, and now the Astros back in town for a Thursday extended weekend series. Tigers have been playing well in the month of June. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Yankees. All 3 games were close. But the Tigers and the Yankees currently with the best American League record in June at 12-8. This ball sent into center field. Pretty well hit. Trammell back. He is near the warning track and he puts it away. Good running catch by Taylor for out number 1.
StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. It's going to show you those strikeouts with the slider last time out against the Guardians. There you see a couple of mistakes out over the plate, but still some of that change in velocity. The movement will create the swing and miss, but ideally you see those pitches at the bottom. That's where he wants that pitch. Frustrating some Guardian hitters with the swing and miss down.
It's a fascinating look at a right-handed slider picking up a lot of strikeouts on the opposite side of where you would expect.
Yeah, because that if you imagine a right-handed hitter up there, it's down and in, not down and away.
He is able to manipulate the shape of the slider as well as anybody we've seen. And a lot of them go into righties and away from lefties, which is highly unusual and what creates so much confusion for hitters and occasionally an umpire. 1-1 to Hao Yu Lee. There's a slider that may have dipped away from the right-hand hitter. And it's 1-2.
There it is. Not as tight. So, sorry. Let me regroup here real quick as he gets the strikeout on the slider. So the slider will typically, and you've seen it on replays, where the dot, it'll look like a red dot, but it's a tight red dot. That one that he threw to the second strike was more of a bigger circle. It wasn't a tight one. Let's see if we can see it here. That's the tight one. So maybe that's what he does. Is just kind of backs off a little bit on the grip and loosens it, creates a little bit less of a spin rate to get the drop out of it, because that second swing and miss, it looked like it just fell out of the zone. It was pretty interesting.
It's such an unusual ability to manipulate the slider that when we talked to Stephen Okert in a game at Daikin Park last homestand, he throws as many sliders as anybody in baseball, and he said, I have no idea how he does what he does. Like
that's amazing.
He does it, a veteran pitcher.
And he's seen him in spring training. He's been around him a little bit.
He's like, how do you throw a slider that goes 2 different ways?
Yeah.
It's just very unusual. 2-0 the count to McGonigal. That catches the corner. It's 2-1. A.J. Hinch wanting to keep his early favorite for Rookie of the Year in the lineup and giving him his first DH day of his career. He said in the media session today, it's kind of hard to tell your other teammates that a 21-year-old needs a DH day, but he is playing more games, obviously, than he ever has in his career and will eventually be in that 150 to 160 range, you would think.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. Get these rookies up here, and you got to find a way to give them a little bit of a day off, so to speak, off their legs. And AJ finding it in that DH spot. But the young man inside the clubhouse probably taking a little bit of a ribbing.
Went too far. Imai with 2 more strikeouts this inning. He has 6 in the game. That 11 strikeout performance last time might be in jeopardy.
The power play is presented by HEB. And Pena and Paredes, the killer peas, maybe. I'm not sure. 2 peas in a pod, maybe? 364 combined in that Tigers series as far as batting average. They also slugged it at 773 and created 6 RBIs. These guys really laid into that Tigers pitching staff back at home. They'd love to be able to do that right here in Detroit as well. Some good memories and good vibes against this pitching staff.
I like that. 2 peas in a pod. Pena leading off and takes a pitch up and in after a strike. It's 1-1.
Yeah, my sleep deprivation brain is working.
Well, Troy Melton has been a tough character here for the Astros to try and figure out first time through the lineup. They've only put 3 balls in play, actually 4. And they've all been in the air, 2 pop-ups and 2 flyouts, nothing on the ground. The rest have been strikeouts. Astros missing Tarek Skubal for a 2nd straight series despite playing the Tigers 7 times in a 14-day span. That was a good trick.
Yeah, the baseball gods are shining.
Oh, there's the first one on the ground, and Torkelson will use his pitcher covering Melton for the first out of the inning. So 10 straight to start this game for Melton. Retired, and now Yordan Alvarez, who was a 3-pitch strikeout victim his first time up, will hit. Mention all the walks Yordan took in that series against the Blue Jays. Took over the league lead in runs scored during that series. He leads in pretty much every category now, including runs scored. He actually has more runs scored than runs batted in. 57 runs scored and 56 runs batted in. Usually your runs scored leader is a 1 or 2 hitter that runs a lot. This ball sent to left field. Back goes Green. He's near the wall. He'll reach up and make the catch right up against the wall. Yordan bidding for one the other way. May have been better served if we were in Dyken Park.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out when the numbers populate. But yeah, Yordan trying to stay on that 4-seamer, 96 miles an hour, going to the opposite field. Riley Green did a good job of staying with that as he crept closer to that wall.
Now 2 outs, bases empty for Isaac Paredes. Paredes pops one foul. This will end up in the stands. How about the ghost wall comparing this stadium to Dyken Park? Oh yeah, that would have been a homer.
Yeah, that feels like it would have been way out, huh? What a difference.
Right.
These 2 balls. And they've actually brought the fences in here in Comerica.
Yeah, that used to be out where it says Little Caesars Delivery. That used to be the wall.
Yeah, that was when Pudge and Juan Going Gonzalez used to be here. Maglio Ordonez. Yeah, that was a beast of a drive to try and get it out of here. It used to be 420 to center field.
Man,
yeah, it's unreal.
Still not an easy shot out there.
No.
342 down the line. Isaac Paredes with a 2-2 count.
Yeah, I think that's why when Miguel Cabrera was here for so long, he really did a good job of driving the ball the other way to pick up some of those home runs. Much more appealing to right field than left.
Close take, and Isaac, who takes with the best of them, now has a full count. Paredes popped up to short his first time up. Nine-game hitting streak going for Isaac. It's tied for the 2nd longest of his career. His career long is 10, and that came when he played for the Tigers here in the pandemic season, his first year of 2020. Another one foul, and Isaac continues to see a lot of pitches here from Troy Melton. Isaac only played 34 games for the Tigers in that first year in the big leagues, but had a 10-game hitting streak mixed into those 34 games. He will not extend his hitting streak here if this foul ball is caught, and it will be by Colt Keith. 12 up, 12 down. Troy Melton rolling through 4, scoreless.
What's on Tap is presented by Lawnmower Blonde. Cam Smith had the play of the game yesterday, taking away any momentum that the Blue Jays tried to gain there. It was an inning-ending double play in the 8th. Made a great catch on George Springer's fly ball, and then doubling out 3S yesterday. He's made some highlight reel plays, though, in right field, and I actually told him before yesterday's interview, I can't believe you were a third baseman just 2 years ago.
Batter's challenging the strike call.
He's one of the better right fielders out there, and you see where he's improved this year as well. Okay.
It is a strike. Detroit has 1 remaining.
Unbelievable improvement. We got a challenge there from Kerry Carpenter on the first pitch of the inning. And Kerry was wrong. So the Astros lost a challenge. Now Carpenter is 2 for 5 on the year in challenges. I guess a 1-0 counts better, but it seems unusual in the beginning of an inning.
Aggressive challenge.
Yeah, but how about Cam's defense? Wow.
Yeah, I'm with everybody else. The fact that he was a third baseman just a couple of years ago and now he's playing Gold Glove caliber right field is incredible to me. I mean, you can say all you want about athleticism. He's able to go out there and do it, but to actually train yourself and get better every day, that's what I find impressive. And he's doing it at different ballparks. It's not like football, hockey, the NBA, where the court and the field are all the same. He's got to adjust to a lot of the elements and a lot of the different sizes of right field, and he's done phenomenal.
Was it you I was talking with who were talking about Julia's interview with Cam when he said it was like slow motion?
Yeah.
So the game is changing for him.
Yes, and that's a good thing. That means he's putting himself in position to make those plays, and that's why they're slowing down. Because you could see in that play yesterday, he really adjusted his route to go get that ball and catch it at that highest point when he jumped.
Isaac Paredes will move towards the line and look up into the blue sky here in Detroit, where he started his career. Put that away for the first out.
Yeah, there's certain phrases when you start to hear guys say the game's slowing down a little bit. That's big.
It was not a good base running move either by Luis Arias, but he was fooled by the fact that he thought Cam had zero chance to get back on that ball.
100% correct. The way he broke, he was running to score. He wasn't drifting. He was running saying, this guy's got no chance.
Because he looked at it for a while.
Yep.
And then he saw Cam go back, and he's like, no chance he makes that catch. I'm off. And it was obviously a mistake because Cam caught it and doubled him up. Now it's strike to Dylan Dingler. It's 0-1. First strike thrown to Dingler, who drew a walk on 4 pitches his first time up. He is the only Tiger or Astro to reach base today.
Yeah, this is a wild start to this game. Pitching has been at a premium.
You talked about shadows early. Do you feel like they are no longer a factor?
I feel like they're less of a factor, but I still feel like that bright background might still be creating a little bit of an issue because the baseball will be dark, but the background will be bright. So it might be tough to pick up a little bit of the spin. Not that you can anticipate where this guy's throwing any of the spin.
Yeah, that was a great example you showed between those 2 pitches to Hao-Yu Lee about the red dot that you talk about on the spin.
Yeah, that's a credit to our camera work getting that done, but it really kind of exposed something to me that as a hitter you're trying to pick up out of the hand.
Isak will throw it even though it's a foul ball just to practice those long throws.
So maybe he's able to control that spin rate. And I went back and looked at some of the tighter dots on the slider, the RPM, the revolutions per minute. They're around 2,300, and some of those looser spins where the slider will drop right around 2,000, maybe 2,100. So that lack of spin doesn't give it that break that it typically has. And you got to guard against 96.
I was just going to say, and then he does that.
Yeah, it just jumps. And he doesn't have one of those, one of those overwhelming deliveries where he has to create a lot of momentum to throw the ball hard. He's just kind of just flips it in there and it jumps out of his hand.
Another fastball, this one up. And the count evens at 2 apiece on Dingler.
But kind of a contrast in pitchers between Melton and Imai. Melton has thrown 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different pitches. Imai's thrown 2.
So again, and we're not blaming StatCast people just because it's so hard to differentiate, but do you think he's thrown any splitters that have been charged as or recognized as sliders?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I would imagine a couple of those, maybe those ones that have dropped a couple of times.
Yeah. But we're trying to watch the grips because we know how hard it is to differentiate between those two. 2-2 the count to Dingler, who's battling here after being down in the count 0-2. And he's still fighting pitches off. There he is. Dingler should make the All-Star team as a representative behind the plate. And Shea Langoliers, with Langoliers a little bit behind Dingler, having the 2 best seasons in the AL for catchers. That one slicing, and that'll also be out of play. Imai can't find anything to put Dingler away with.
Yeah, Uncle. Next pitch will be 10 in this at bat. Come on, break out that split.
Got him.
Slider.
Imai with 7 strikeouts of the first 11 outs, 7 of them via the K.
Great job right there to kind of pull the string on it. Just never got to Dingler. You'll see it on the UTMD Anderson strike zone. Backing up and dropping.
These innings that are stacked back to back between his last start and this start just seem to continue to grow in his confidence of what he can do against major league hitters. Facing a Tigers team that was in the playoffs last year, Guardians team last time that won the division. He's now got 18 strikeouts in his last 9 2/3 innings against those 2 teams. 1-1 the count to Riley Green. Hits the ball sharply, and there's the first base hit for either team in this game. Green, a 2-out single into right.
Got a fastball he can handle. See it. Tail back, middle in. Riley Green puts that big swing on it and hits it hard past Christian Walker. Might have missed a spot with that one.
Now Colt Keith, the batter. Keith, by the way, is still sitting on 4 home runs on the year. He had an incredible 3 of his 4 home runs in 1 game at Dyken Park. On June 15th. He went the first 62 games of the year without a home run, then hit 4 since June 11th, including 3 in that game against Houston.
And he doubled his RBI total in 1 week.
Yeah. Pretty good pitch on the inside corner. It's now a 1-2 count.
It's kind of nasty.
Into center, Trammell coming in, and he will make the play for out number 3. 1 hit, 1 left on. The only hit of the game so far, Riley Green, 2-out single.
Old Spice, fresh stats. Joey Loperfido, he had a great trip back north of the border. His former team, he had 2 of the biggest hits, too, of this series. Led them to a series win, the 3-run home run in extra innings on Tuesday night. And then yesterday came through with a late inning triple He go on to score the go-ahead run there. He said he's had a simple approach, wanting to use the big portion of the field. Described this whole weekend as fun, as he was able to catch up with some guys as well. I talked about how he was kind of a little brother to George Springer. I know you guys aren't shocked about that. Springer always taking guys under his wing. But, you know, another thing he talked about was playing. He's finding a groove now that he's away from the injury, playing a little bit more. He said sometimes your swing feels better than the box score even, and that's where he is right now. So Astros would love this bat to get hot.
No doubt about it. We've talked about it. Joe Espada has mentioned it, needing to get production from somebody in the outfield, and it's Joey Loperfido the last couple of days. And he got help from Cam Smith and Taylor Trammell on one of the early games in that series, too. This ball popped up. Caught by the first baseman, Torkelson. Christian Walker's frustrating trip continues as he pops up for out number 1 here in the 5th. But Loperfido might get a little runway here to see what he can do on an everyday basis based on what he did the last 2 games in Toronto.
Yeah, I think Joe is really trying to find that outfield combination where he can get some not necessarily production. Obviously, we all want them to produce, but they're not all going to produce at the same time. So can he get some quality at bats from these guys consistently that lead to maybe 1 or 2 guys having a good night, or maybe every other night it's somebody else going out there and doing a great job. But he's definitely trying to find that mix in the outfield, and he's going to ride the hot hand. We know that. He has said that more than once.
Astros have been unable to solve Troy Melton, who's been perfect through 4 1/3. Not really any hard hit baseballs either. Jordan sent one deep to left, and by the way, we did look it up. It would not have been a home run at Dyken Park. Maybe he would have hit off the out-of-town scoreboard, but not out. Melton thought he might have caught an edge on the plate against Altuve and said it's a 1-2 count.
The Astros have not hit a ball harder than 93.9 miles an hour.
Come on.
Yeah, that was the flyout, I believe, in Jordan.
Wow. Into right towards the line is Carpenter. And that's out number 2. This week's Astros Bases Loaded recaps Joey Loperfido's heroics in Toronto. Julia will talk with Raynel Delgado, and Blummer will show off some fancy footwork at third base. All that and more on Astros Bases Loaded tomorrow at 4 o'clock on SCHN.
I've been icing ever since.
Fancy footwork at third.
Yeah, nobody's ever said that about me.
That's what it said in the promo.
Paid a lot of good money to have that written.
Here's Joey Loperfido taking a strike. Melton made his big league debut less than a year ago on July 23rd. Came against the Pirates. Mentioned he threw 1 inning against the Astros last year out of the pen. It was a perfect inning, so he's now been perfect against Houston for 5 2/3 innings over his career, and 4 2/3 tonight.
I think it's good. The ball coming out of his hand quick in the mid-90s. That cutter at 93 looks pretty tough. Saw a couple of good splits when he has needed to, too.
Close pitch taken for a ball, 2-2. Melton was born in Newport Beach, California. Went to San Diego State University. Was drafted in the 4th round of the 22 draft out of SDSU. That's wide. It's 3-2. Tigers might be getting Jack Flaherty back before the end of this series. Remains to be seen, but Flaherty trying to come back off injury. Loperfido down on strikes. Melton with a season-high 6 strikeouts. He's 1 off his career high. He has retired all 15 batters tonight.
Experience the Astros Summer Enrichment Camp returning to Dyken Park July 13th through the 17th. The week-long camp tailored for kids ages 7 to 12 offers a unique curriculum of classroom lessons and ballpark activities. Register at astros.com/summercamp. TK, one of the things Imai said after the Cleveland start is that he just reset his mind after Kansas City. Just a tough start overall, but good to see him more of a 3-pitch guy in that start against the Guardians, and then he was, you know, he made sure to tell us that he threw more splitters than they registered. Some of them were registering as sliders. Like, you just have to look at the spin rate there. But he did feel good about all those pitches, and also, working with Yiner on that particular night. Yiner saying, you got to use this. It looks good. So he's trusting his catchers, getting to know all that, feeling better on the mound today.
Yeah, looking great. I mean, his confidence continues to grow. We mentioned all the strikeouts he's been picking up. 17 now in his last 11 innings against a couple of AL Central teams. And you mentioned earlier, Blummer, throwing first pitch strikes. He's 11 for 16 today.
There we go. It's beautiful. Allows him to take control of those at bats and maybe throw that slider whenever he wants. Gonna have to work back into this count.
He got into this at bat with a strike, but now he's missed on 3 in a row to Torkelson, who struck out on 3 pitches his first time up. This one in play, and wow, what a nice job by Pena on the spinning snag on that one hopper. Pena with a really nice play for out number 1.
That was a tough in-between hop. Came off the bat at 93.9. There's no chance that he goes and gets it, so he had to kind of play it in between, but did a great job anticipating the hop and obviously adjusted perfectly.
Cloud cover.
Nicely done.
Zach McKinstry going after the first pitch, another first pitch strike. McKinstry struck out his first time up. Tatsuya now 11 starts in his big league career. Had a little time on the injured list, did not make a start between April 10th and May the 12th. He has not had many opportunities to go back-to-back starts like this. He did have a couple of 6-inning starts, one against the Rangers where he started that no-hitter, and then he followed it up with a good outing against the Brewers. Those were his best 2 back-to-back prior to this stretch. He is looking to follow up 6 innings with another 6 innings or more today on a day where the Astros desperately need innings from their starter. Took a funny hop on Walker, but he hung in there, made the play to Imai covering, and that's 2 outs in the inning. Now a word from Nava Law Group.
Don't get fooled by the loudest lawyer. Call me for a free consultation. Do not settle.
Walker looking back on where that ball may have hit. It kind of jumped on him.
It did. He's had a couple of those in the last, I feel like, week and a half where he's gone towards the line and they've almost bounced back behind him.
Now James Outman, who flied out to deep center his first time up. Probably the best hit baseball of the day for either side. Blummer mentioned nobody has had a true hard hit baseball for the Astros. Outman hit his at 102.9 back in the 3rd. 95 is the line of demarcation for a hard hit baseball. And as you heard Blummer say last inning, the Astros' top exit velocity today is 93.9.
We got to change gears. Start getting the barrel to Melton.
Swing and a miss on a pitch that was in on him. It's 1-2. Did that slider move in a little bit?
Yeah, it looked like it tailed in, but I mean, that thing started in and moved in. Outman just sold out for it. Backing up.
So he throw that through the last slider moving in. That one kind of dropped. Now he might throw the one that moves away from the lefty.
Yeah, be ready. It's a lot for the brain to absorb and then translate to your hands.
Oh, he didn't swing at it because it was beautifully placed on the outside edge. Tatsuya Imai with 8 strikeouts. He's got a 1-hitter going through 5. He's allowed 1 more hit than his opponent. Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by Uber Eats. Open the Uber Eats app and order Maine Bird to receive a discount on multiple menu items. And by Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it. One hit combined through 5 innings of baseball today. The Astros and the Tigers in a lockdown pitchers duel. Troy Melton for Detroit has been perfect through 5, and Tatsuya Imai has given up 1 hit and 1 walk in his 5 innings. Cam Smith taking a pitch in to start the 6th.
Yeah, this game has been heavy on the pitching side. 25 whiffs, 13 for Melton, 12 for Imai.
This ball hit to left. Riley Green will move over and make the play for out number 1.
That cutter is doing just enough to stay off the barrels. That wasn't a terrible swing. That was a good swing.
Hey, how about the minor league update today? Blummer Lucas Spence has moved from the AA level to the AAA level, first player for the 24 draft class, and Kevin Biggio has been on a heater really since the beginning of May.
Being told he's hitting 348 this month.
Wow.
Yeah, that explains the OPS in the last 15 days, up over 1,200.
Drawing a lot of walks. His OPS in May was over 1,000, and his OPS in June has been over 1,000.
Yeah.
He's back in there today in the leadoff spot for the Space Cowboys. A game about to start. This ball hit well deep down the right field line, hooking, and it's hooking fair. Home run, Taylor Trammell. He had to wait just like the other day in Toronto. That ball stayed just fair, and Trammell connects on the first hit of the game for the Astros. Their first base runner circles the bases. It's 1-0.
Taylor Trammell lighting it up down the line. Got a slider he could handle over the middle part of the plate. He did not miss this at all. 110.5 off the bat. He has been absolutely just ripping the baseball as he Carlton Fisk action, keeping that ball fair. There goes a perfect game.
How about it? Well, we mentioned again production from the outfield.
There you go. Find somebody out there that's going to light it up. And right now it's Taylor.
Taylor hitting a home run in back-to-back games. Remember, he did not play in yesterday's game. Now Christian Vasquez, the batter, takes one down for a ball, 2-0. The first base runner of the game hits a home run for the Astros to make it 1-0 in the 6th. Only back-to-back days games with Trammell hitting a home run. It's his only 2 of the season.
7 home runs given up this season by Melton. That was the 6th one from a left-handed hitter.
They've all been solo home runs. And all the runs he's allowed his last 3 starts, all 6 have been solo home runs. What a blast. A 422-foot home run means that baseball fans can score 2. Unlock your free 20-ounce Baja Blast by registering now at BajaBlastHomeRuns.com. The only reason Taylor did not qualify for the Baja Blast last time was he was beat by Cam Smith to the punch.
Yep. Cam hit his at 436, and Taylor Trammell's into the 5th tank. It was only 421 somehow.
Only the 25th guy to go into the 500 level in Toronto in the history of that stadium. Now he beats that by a foot. Taylor Trammell, a much more pleasant experience than last time he was in Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
When he was about to get sick in the middle of the outfield. And
Yeah, the hardest thing he hit in that series was a skull.
It
was not good.
That was not good. Oh, he has wiped out any of those bad mojo vibes from his last trip here and hit a home run here to make it a 1-0 game. Now Jeremy Pena down to the count 1-2. Well, Imai has his first run to work with. The Astros generally score a lot of runs for Imai, not tonight. This ball fought off into center field, and the Astros all of a sudden have 2 base hits in the game, both coming here in the 6th.
Pitch was elevated. You see it here on our UTMD Anderson strike zone, up and in at 97. He just forced it into center field. Somehow he gets the hand so far inside to get the barrel to it. And you can kind of see Melton look back at the catcher, Dingler, going, how did he do that?
Slow walk out to the mound for the first mound visit of the day, as Chris Vetter, the pitching coach, having a word here with Melton, who is in his first just a little bit of trouble after 16 in a row sent down to start the game. Now a word from Reliant.
Reliant, official energy provider of the Houston Astros.
Oh, it's good to have a visit right before Jordan bats too.
Yeah, as if you need a reminder.
All right, here he comes. Let's lock it in. Jordan has been on base in 29 of the last 30 games played. Has an OPS around 1150 since that time. Today he's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a deep fly ball to left. Tigers will get their bullpen going for the first time as Jordan pops a foul. Actually, it's going to be fair down the left field side. Caught by Riley Green, and that'll do it for the Astros in the 6th. Home run down the right field line for Taylor Trammell. The Astros lead at 1-0.
Powered by Google Cloud is going to show you these strikeouts today. 8 of them for Tatsuya Imai. And guess what? 7 of them on the strikeout. He's got 1 looking. All the others have been via the swing and miss. 1 on that 4-seam fastball elevated up out of the zone. That was that check swing from Riley Green.
We start the bottom half of the 6th inning, and Imai working with a lead for the first time, facing the number 9 hitter Hao-Yu Lee. He struck out swinging. One of those 8 Ks for Imai. Hao-Yu Lee fouling one back, and the count's 1-1.
There's only 2 hitters in this lineup who haven't struck out. It's been Kerry Carpenter and Colton Keith.
There's a strike. It's 1-2. Only base runner tonight, Riley Green with a 2-out single in the 4th, and Dylan Dingler with a walk in the 1st inning. 2 base runners through 5 against Tatsuya. Even in that no-hitter that he pitched combined with Steven Okert and Alan Bersanta, he allowed 4 base runners that day. Swing and a miss. That's 9 strikeouts, tied for the second most in Imai's short career. 1 out here in the 6th.
Another good slider from Imai. It's a power slider. 88 miles an hour.
Is all but one of his whiffs today on the slider?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, it was that check swing. Just that's the only one. Riley Green, the elevated fastball. That was it.
That's right. Because he had, what, 16 swings and misses on the slider last start?
14.
Look out.
Oh, man, everybody.
Imai does a backward somersault off the mound as that ball went right through the box and past Jeremy Pena into center field.
Ball was hit well. Imai having to dive out of the way, and eventually had to roll himself up to get back in position to be able to stand up. Back through the box at 102.9.
Rather smooth gymnastic move, though.
It was. It was borderline athletic.
Here's Kerry Carpenter. I mean, between the behind the back play and that.
Yeah.
Pitch down for a ball, 1-0. Didn't look awkward at all. He basically came right back to his feet after the backward somersault. He's missed on the first 2 here to Carpenter, 2-0. McGonigal with a 1-out base hit. Third base runner of the day for the Tigers. And he has missed on the 3 pitches since that little tumble off the mound.
McConnell's quickly becoming a presence in the American League. There's a lot of things right.
Pitch catches the outside corner, 3-1. Carpenter has grounded out on a nice play by Isaac Paredes with the bare hand, and also popped up to Paredes at third. Next pitch will be pitch number 90 for Tatsuya, who has gone over 100 pitches once in his career so far. Mentioned the Astros limited bullpen today. The Astros are going to try and push him through 6 for sure, if possible. Now he's back in the count, 3-2. Even that one time he went 110 pitches, he told Joe he had more in the tank.
Just starting to see that Astros bullpen play some catch.
In the air, left field, coming on Joey Loperfido, still making the move towards the line, makes the catch for out number 2. Carpenter flies out.
Celebrate one of the most iconic characters ever on Tuesday, June 30th for SpongeBob night. Be sure to purchase your SpongeBob Astros jersey add-on while supplies last at astros.com/SpongeBob. Iconic.
It is. Dylan Dingler, he has been a tough at-bat for Imai. Even though he struck out last time, saw a lot of pitches. He also drew a 4-pitch walk his first time up. We mentioned whenever teams face the Astros, Yordan Alvarez is the one circled to the Astros lineup. There might be a couple here in the Tigers lineup, but the one this year who has done the most damage is Dylan Dingler. Dingler coming in with team lead in home runs, RBIs, OPS. Catching or DHing on a regular basis. AJ Hinch saying he's got to find a day off for him here, but it's hard to take him out of the lineup. Big swing, no contact. It's 1-1.
I like what he said about asking players directly how do they feel and if they need a day off. You're never going to get the answer. They're going to lie straight through their teeth. They could have a broken leg. It could be something out of Monty Python movie, and he'd say, I'm fine, just put me in there.
It will be interesting to see, depending on where Imai finishes this inning with his pitch count, if he is asked for more. This might be it for him. So he's got to lock in on Dylan Dingler here with a tying run on first base and 2 outs in the 6th. Got the fastball by him. It's 2-2.
Did pretty impressive. 96 miles an hour. Got him chase a little bit off that outside edge. Dingler usually knows that zone pretty good, but was on the hunt for the heater and missed it.
Got him.
Wow.
Chasing a pitch in the dirt. Imai with 10 strikeouts after an 11 strikeout game last time. He is spinning a beautiful 2-hit shutout through 6.
Time now to play Astros trivia powered by Reliant. Which Astro homered off Garrett Cole in the combined no-hitter at Yankee Stadium in 2022? So much talk about that combined no-hitter, but Garrett Cole giving up a home run in that game. Who was it? Astros trivia powered by Reliant. Looks like Imai is giving some high fives, deservedly so, on a great outing. Another 6 innings of shutout baseball for him and double-digit strikeout numbers.
He allowed fewer base runners today than he did in the combined no-hitter.
Seriously.
Yeah, 4 walks in that no-hitter, and
Well, that explains it.
2 hits and a walk today.
Wow. Well, the Astros are moving on from Troy Melton. They're going to get a chance at Kyle Finnegan. There you see Finnegan's numbers on the season, 37 innings in those 35 games.
Based on what we saw last night, or I guess yesterday, yeah, last night against the Blue Jays.
It was today, last night.
I know.
It's all the same.
Getting in at 3 in the morning, you lose track. But Mike Burrows, 6 innings of 2-hit, 1-run baseball.
Good point, yes.
And now you go to Tatsuya Imai, 6 innings of 2-hit, no-run baseball. These are the 2 guys that the Astros have been waiting to find their consistency. And those 2 back-to-back starts might give Astros fans as much hope as they've had all year for this rotation being where they thought it was on opening day.
Yeah, I agree with you, and that's kind of what Joe has been waiting for too. In order to go out there and have those winning streaks, obviously you're going to need a couple more runs and have that offense going to match up with what the pitching is doing. But if you start to get solid starts from the Burrowses and the Imais to match up with what Hunter Brown, Spencer Arrighetti, or should I say Lamborghini, putting those 2 guys together, then you're giving yourself a chance to maybe go out there and have those 5-8 game winning streaks and really start to surprise some people and maneuver yourself back into the top of the American League West.
Yeah, huge night for Imai. He was the only Astros player that flew ahead, and it's kind of normal practice when a starting pitcher is going the next day and you know your team has late travel. You apply the pitcher earlier. So Imai had a full night's rest here, getting ready for a start against the Tigers. Isaac Paredes grounds one to short. Play made by Zach McKinstry. A 1 away for Kyle Finnegan in the 7th. How about the night for Troy Melton as well? Melton goes 6 innings of 2-hit, 1-run baseball. Imai 6 innings of 2-hit, no-run baseball. Melton didn't walk anybody. Imai walked 1. Both starting pitchers outstanding tonight. Just a home run by Taylor Trammell, the difference in this game. Coming into tonight, the Astros were averaging 7.2 runs a game when Imai was on the mound. That was the best run support for any starting pitcher with 10 starts or more. That number will go down tonight. Christian Walker fouls one away. It's 1-1. How Joe manipulates where we are now to the 9th inning is going to be very interesting today. Josh Hader pitching in back-to-back games. Stephen Okert pitching in back-to-back games. You hardly ever see the Astros go 3 in a row with a guy, especially if it's not late in the season. This ball hit high in the air into left field. Riley Green coming on. That'll be 2 outs here in the 7th. Now a word from Dairy Queen.
Treat yourself to a summertime reward at DQ with our limited time drumstick blizzard of the month.
Brian King has been 3 out of 4 games, so we might see completely different pitchers 7th, 8th, and 9th that we're normally used to seeing in a 1-run game. Here's Jose Altuve.
Yeah, even with that many lefties in the lineup for A.J. Hinch's Tigers, you've got to imagine that Joe is trying to avoid every left-hander in that bullpen.
This one popped foul. It'll be an 0-2 count on Altuve. Feels like Tuve has been battling pitchers' counts all day long. A.J. Blueball will get the ball first in terms of how you bridge from the 6th to the 9th. He's going to get the 7th inning for the Astros. Maybe even the 8th. We'll see.
Yeah, he's able to give you multiple innings.
That one misses 1 and 2. Altuve has struck out looking and flied out to right. Jose led off a couple of games in that Toronto series, but back in the 5 spot with Pena back and Walker playing today. Called third strikeout. Tuve flips the bat in his hand as he walks back to the dugout. Strikeout for Finnegan. A 1-2-3 7th inning. This pitcher's duel continues. 2 hits for each side. Astros lead 1-0. 7th inning stretch time. We're going to head back to Houston and check in with Esh and Bogey in our Rooms to Go lounge.
Hello Kitty Night returns to Dyken Park on Wednesday, July 1st. Be sure to purchase your Hello Kitty purse add-on and VIP event add-on while supplies last. Visit Astros.com/Hello Kitty for more details. Blummer.
Thank you, Julia. Tatsuya Imai pitched extremely well. He's going to hand it off to the bullpen. First one out is going to be A.J. Bluebaum. 31 games, 49 2/3 innings pitched. He has thrown a lot of innings. He leads AL relievers with those 49 2/3 innings pitched.
Riley Green goes after the first pitch. Little top spin on that fly ball. Lands in the glove of Cam Smith. 1 pitch and 1 out for A.J. in the 7th inning.
The best in Texas power pitcher is driven by Ford. And how about the bullpen since May 11th for the Astros? 2.84 ERA is beautiful. That whip near 1. Opponent average under 200. On base percentage under 300. And slugging percentage at 300. Those are all number 1 in Major League Baseball.
Number 1. That's 41 games. That's a quarter of the season. I mean,
I wasn't ready for that, Todd.
That was a good stretch. And remember, the team was like basically 30th in a lot of those categories going into that stretch.
Big time.
I mean, you go from 30th to 10th, you feel like you're making strides. You go from 30th to 1st, you completely turn your season around.
100%.
That ball into the Astros radio booth. Almost hit Robert Ford.
Well, if he would have sat down in his seat, he either caught it or wore it. Now he just peppered somebody in the back of the head.
That was unfortunate. 1-1 the count to Colt Keith.
I'll point to Robert so the fan knows who did it. It's Robert Ford.
And that was headed right to him.
Yeah.
I think he kind of adjusted his seat a little bit. Now it's 1-2 to Colt Keith.
We'll break that down after the game.
There they are. The trio. Steve Sparks, Robert Ford, engineer Matt Bolts. 2-2 the count. A.J. Blueball behind Tatsuya Imai's 6 brilliant innings. Called third strike, a challenge right away from Colt Keith.
Batter's challenging the strike call.
Colt Keith thought that ball was off the plate. He is 2 for 7 in challenges on the year.
Oh, got him.
There's a strike. Detroit has no challenges remaining.
He is now 2 for 8. The Tigers are out of challenges here with 2 outs in the 7th. Great pitch by Blueball.
Yeah, that was a tough one. He just went paint job with that sweeper on the outside. Came back and got it.
Now 2 outs and Torkelson the batter. Torkelson hit a ball hard that Jeremy Pena made a nice play on last time. Takes a strike here, 0-1. A.J. Blueball pitched 2 innings in that first game in Toronto. Had to throw 38 pitches in that outing to get through his 2 innings of work. Had to work around an error. Did issue a couple of walks that didn't help the pitch count. It's got a 1-1 count here on Spencer Torkelson. That's a strike. It's 1-2.
Got a feel for that sweeper. A couple of good ones.
Got him. A.J. Blueball with a 1-2-3 inning, picking up where Imai left off. 2 strikeouts, 12 for the Astros through 7. It's a 1-0 game. Time to reveal the winner of tonight's Chevy Stroll Poll, who, if they get dominant in the second half, could impact the Astros the most, and Jose Altuve chilling out with Yordan Alvarez right now. Wins the Stroll Poll today with 40%. Good votes all the way through. Paredes, Walker, Abreu all getting their share, but Altuve wins today's Stroll Poll.
Yeah, I like it. I agree. We've seen him carry an offense. New pitcher into this game, Tyler Holton, left-hander. He's done a very good job his last 5 outings, going 7 1/3 for A.J. Hinch, giving up 6 hits, no earned runs, 8 strikeouts in those 7 1/3 innings pitched. That includes a couple of strikeouts in an inning and 2/3 back in Houston on the 15th.
Bryce Matthews is going to get a pinch hit at bat for Joey Loperfido with a lefty in there. Bryce coming off the bench. Loperfido 0 for 2 tonight. Bryce will stay in the game and likely, well, we'll see how they play it out. He could take over in center and move Trammell to left, or he could just go to left to take over for Loperfido. See how Joe works it out. Jake Myers also on their bench tonight. 2-0 the count to Bryce, leading off the inning. It'll be Bryce, then Cam Smith. Taylor Trammell also due up. And Jake Myers looks like he has a helmet and a bat standing next to Omar Lopez, so it might be Myers pinch hitting in this inning as well. That's down, and Bryce has himself a good hitter's count here at 3-1. Matthews drew a walk and scored in his last plate appearance in Toronto yesterday. Takes this strike at the top of the zone. It's 3-2. One nothing game, both teams with 2 hits. Chopper towards the middle of the diamond, misses the bag, and that's unfortunate for Bryce as he is out number 1. Score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Astros, the official source for your Houston Astros gear. Tigers pitching has not walked a batter today. So the Astros have had 2 base runners. The Tigers have had 3. Tigers have struck out 12 times. Astros have struck out 7. It has been a pitcher dominant Thursday night of baseball here in Detroit. Cam Smith has flied out a couple of times, once to center, once to left. Nobody warming in the Astros bullpen, so it looks like A.J. Blueball will get the 8th inning as well.
Good for him. We were pretty impressed. A couple of strikeouts, but he did a good job with his pitch count too. He only threw 10 pitches, so that's why he is going to probably get that 2nd inning.
It is definitely a night where Joe Espada is going to have to figure out different ways to get his final 9 outs, and he right now is thinking of A.J. Blueball getting outs in the 7th and 8th innings. Outs 19 through 24. He's hoping to go to A.J. Blueball's ledger. Two and 2 the count to Cam. That's in, and Cam has another full count. Cam's seen a lot of pitches tonight. Up the middle, over the head of Hao-Yu Lee for a base hit. Cam Smith, a 1-out base runner here in the 8th.
TK mentioned that 1 run in this game, and it came off the bat of this guy. Taylor Trammell got a hanging slider, pummeled it, and willed it fair. Big swing in this ball game against Troy Melton. Went from a perfect game to a 1-run game with a big swing off the bat of Trammell.
Jake Myers into pinch hit for Taylor here with a lefty on the mound. Would think Cam might try and figure out a way to get a steal at some point in the next hitter or 2. As the first pitch home is a strike, it's 0-1. Cam picked up his 9th steal in that series against the Blue Jays, which is his new major league high after stealing 8 last year. Jake Myers down in the count, 0-2. Cam almost hoping he sees a pickoff move before he goes because he hasn't seen Holton's move yet. It's 1-2.
Yeah, sometimes you extend that lead just to force him to pick over so you can look at it. Dingler throws the ball well. Pops out from behind home plate quickly and has a good arm.
Slowly hit towards short. They are going to go to second. They barely get the out there, but a good decision, as it turns out, by McKinstry to get the lead runner for out number 2.
Let's take a peek at the outfield arms presented by Lone Star College. Carpenter and Green, not very good arms. Big outfields here too, so you're probably going to test them if you get a chance. Outman, the better of the 3 arms.
Now Jake Myers replacing Cam Smith at first base. The 3 base runners the Tigers have had have gotten as far as first base. Taylor Trammell circled the bases on his home run, and the other base runners the Astros have had tonight have not reached past first base. So we are now through 7.5 innings, heading to the bottom of the 8th with nobody with an at-bat with a runner in scoring position yet in this game. It's 1-0 Houston.
The Shiner spotlight falls on what was a historic day for the Astros. On this day in 2022, there was a combined no-hitter at Yankee Stadium. It started with Christian Javier. We also saw Hector Neris and then Ryan Presley closing it out. Fun day, total domination over the pinstripes too. Javier's fastball, everybody was talking about it back then, and then it just continued to be good that entire season. Of course, that season ending for the World Series championship. Can't forget Martin Maldonado behind the dish for that one. Hey, we're going to know next steps for Christian Javier here pretty soon. TK, Joe said they will know more after today's game.
All right, we'll look for that update in the post-game press conference. Zach McKinstry leads things off here in the 8th inning. AJ Blueball, after a 1-2-3 7th, back for more, facing the 7, 8, 9 hitters here in the 8th.
Looked good in that first inning. That sweeper working extremely well.
This ball into left, new left fielder Bryce Matthews, and he puts it away for the first out of the 8th inning. We almost saw a no-hitter today by the Tampa Bay Rays, but all the Astros do is throw no-hitters.
This is incredible. Most no-hitters since June 25th of 2022. 11 total, 5 of them by the Astros. All those other teams contributing just 1.
Rays had a no-hitter through 8 1/3 today before the Royals broke it up with a home run. Carter Jensen. New outfield for the Astros. We saw Bryce Matthews making that play for out number 1. Jake Myers is also in the game. He's in center. Those guys pinch hit for Joey Loperfido and Taylor Trammell respectively. Tigers wanted to improve their outfield defense, and that's when they acquired James Outman. He was a Minnesota Twin. Now playing his 10th game with the Tigers. Outman has flied to deep center and also struck out swinging. 1-1 count here. And he waves at that changeup. It's 1-2.
Comfortable swing. Not exactly committed. Tough to stay back on a good changeup.
Swing and a foul tip caught by Vasquez. Strikeout for a blue ball. 3 of his 5 outs via the strikeout.
7 on that one. Time to answer our trivia question powered by Reliant. Talking about that Astro no-hitter. Which Astro homered off Garrett Cole in the J.J. Matajevic. Going big fly on Garrett Cole.
It's a good one if you got that one.
Man, yeah. Dig it into the archives.
This one pop foul and out of play. This is vintage 2025 A.J. Blue Ball.
Yes. Especially when you're rushing 97 through the zone with the swing and miss.
This is the guy we saw dominate last year.
I like it.
And we weren't sure if Enyel De Los Santos was going to be available today because he pitched the first 2 games in Toronto, had the day off yesterday, so today would be 3 out of 4. But Joe Espada has said Enyel, even on days that are 50-50, usually says, give me the baseball, and he's warming up right now.
How about it?
Looks like he might have the 9th if Blue Ball can get through this inning, and that is going to squeak through into center field for a 2-out base hit. Hao-Yu Lee on base here with 2 away in the 8th.
Fastball caught a lot of the plate. He's able just to bound that one back up the middle, past everybody for a base hit. He'll flip the lineup.
And Kevin McGonigal in his first major league game as a designated hitter, bats for the 4th time. McGonigal has 1 of the 3 hits for the Tigers today. Singled against Tatsuya Imai with 1 out in the 6th inning. Fouls the first pitch, 0-1. McGonigal's the guy you have to throw strikes to. He has a great zone control in his rookie year. 48 walks to 44 strikeouts.
It's impressive.
Takes that one down, 1-1. And he's 12 of 17 in challenges, so really knows his zone well in his first year in the big leagues. Blue Ball getting ahead, 1-2. Blue Ball has thrown 16 of 22 strikes and is out. And he has 6 of 7 first pitch strikes. That one's down, smothered by Vasquez. The count evens at 2. If you're A.J. Blue Ball in this tight 1-0 game, you'd like to get an action pitch here. You'd prefer not to have the runner getting a head start with 2 outs and a full count. Ground ball, Walker's there. A.J. Blue Ball, 2 shutout innings, hit hard by McGonigal, but at Christian Walker, who made the play for the final out of the inning. 1 hit, 1 left on, 1-0 as we head to the 9th. Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by Champion Energy. Switch to Champion Energy for no surprise charges and no hidden fees. Champion, it's time for some new energy. And by Rooms to Go. Get fashion, style, and quality all at low prices on every item, every day.
Back here at Comerica, a new pitcher into this game. Closer, Kenley Jansen comes in. Here in back-to-back saves on June 19th and 20th. His first appearance against the Astros this season. Overall, 21 games, 18 innings pitched. You can see 485 career saves for big Kenley Jansen.
That's how important it is for A.J. Hinch to keep this game close. He's bringing his closer in -1 here in the 9th inning. Trying to give his 2, 3, 4 hitters a chance down 1 in the bottom half of the inning. Jeremy Pena will try to add to the lead. It'll be Pena, Jordan Alvarez, and Isaac Paredes. And Pena takes a first pitch down for ball 1. Jeremy has one of the 3 hits for the Astros. There has still not been a runner other than Taylor Trammell who has reached second base. Trammell reached second, third, and home on a home run. There's a line drive base hit. Jeremy Pena, leadoff base runner for the Astros in the 9th. A run would seem huge here if the Astros could pick one up.
Astros fans can stream Space City Home Network directly with SCHN Plus. Log on to SCHNplus.com to purchase the app directly. Already have Space City Home Network? You can download the app to access the content at no additional cost.
Now Jordan Alvarez, 0 for 3 tonight. He's been on base in 29 of his last 30 games. Only game he wasn't on base was last Saturday when he only had 3 at-bats, lifted for a pinch hitter in a lopsided game, his 4th time up. This is his 4th opportunity here without reaching base so far against the Tigers. Jansen checking Pena.
That's 2. Jeremy can take a chance here. But if he does, it'll open up first base.
I hear what you're saying. This is kind of the game, though, that you almost don't mind.
Yeah, no,
If
you
they-
take the chance.
If they have a runner at second and they do walk Jordan, because just runs have been so hard to come by.
Well, if you take off now, you're really testing A.J. Hinch and his pitching staff.
This ball pop foul. It's going to be possibly playable. Colt Keith a long run, and he runs out of room. Anthony Jansen 3rd on the all-time saves list. Only Mariano Rivera and Trevor Hoffman have more. Obviously, he's pitching in a -1 situation tonight, but a big spot nonetheless in this tight 1-0 game. Two and two the count to Jordan. Jordan is 0 for 2 lifetime against Jansen. There goes Pena. Pitches wide. The throw by Dingler. Not in time. Big stolen base for JP3. Astros have their first runner other than Trammell's home run in scoring position.
Good job by Jeremy. Kenley Jansen takes a little while to get to home plate. He got a good jump. See him peek in on that 2-strike count. Also very intelligent baseball.
Now Jordan trying to go into pull mode to get Pena to third. And he does just that. Ground ball to the right side. Great job by Jordan playing team baseball. Might not be on base tonight, but that is a big 90 feet. He advances Pena.
No, you're 100% correct. Even in a 2-strike count, that's tough to do. But he was, you could tell by the way he swung that he was trying to pull that baseball and get Jeremy to third, less than 2 for Isaac.
So now infield in. Paredes trying to make it a 2-0 game. Isaac is 2 for 4 in his career against Jansen with a double. Looking for something he can elevate to the outfield.
That's just Jordan going out, getting around it. You can see a little bit of that bat flip. Knew he accomplished the task.
Yeah, that was great. See, if he's hitting there with nobody on base, he might try and go the other way with that, but he knew what his role was in that situation.
Yep.
That was to get Pena to third.
Yeah, the game will sometimes dictate what you're able to do with your at bat. If you've got that team mentality, it usually ends up being pretty positive.
This ball hit deep to center field. It's going to get the run home. James Outman going back, making the catch. Here comes Jeremy Pena. Huge insurance run for the Astros. Beautiful team baseball to make it 2-0.
Good job, boys. Understanding this game is tight. Every run is meaningful. The Astros able to go out there and get an extra one. Great job by Isak going out there and getting a pitch he could drive to the outfield. Plenty deep enough to score Jeremy.
Jeremy knows no other speed than top notch. He flew home, but there was no chance Outman was going to throw him out. Single, stolen base, ground ball, advancing the runner, fly ball, getting him in. That is great team baseball to get run number 2. Now Walker grounds one foul and loses another bat. Now a message from Buick GMC. The scorecard's not filled with a lot of squares or diamonds filled in, but there you see the 2 runs the Astros have scored. Not many base runners.
Nice work. It's a clean card. Today has been a clean scorecard type of game.
Enyel De Los Santos will work with a 2-run lead at least as he continues to warm up in the Astros pen. He'll be on in the 9th. Looking ahead to the Tigers lineup, they have 2, 3, and 4 due up. That insurance run so large. Now Walker fouls one out of play. It's 0-2. Christian 0 for 3 today. Strikeout, a pop-up, and a flyout. Paredes with another RBI in this road trip. He has had an RBI in every game. That one tapped towards third. Hits the bag. Christian Walker needed that. Seawalk needed that as bad as anybody. He had not had a hit on the road trip, and he gets one off the third base bag for an infield hit.
There better be a smile on that man's face. He had to work hard to get that one. He's mad mugging everybody. It's like that's how you do it. But there it is. Oh, this game will test you. Ball chopped. That's the only thing Colt Keith could do. He was trying to get himself in position to make a throw, but it hits the bag and just played as a hit.
Altuve sends one to right. Playable for Kerry Carpenter. He'll make the catch for out number 3. Astros get a run, though. It'll be 2-0 heading to the bottom of the 9th.
The DoNotSettle.com player of the game is presented by the Nava Law Group, and it's Imai. He followed up an excellent start with another one, this time on the road against the Tigers, who play well here at home as well. And he moved through that lineup, allowing just 2 hits over 6, punching out 10. What the Astros wanted, they got from Imai. Blummer?
Yeah, that was a great outing. Much needed. Now he's got back-to-back starts where he's pitched extremely well. We got a couple of great innings from A.J. Bluebaugh. And here in Comerica, the sun's still setting. We're in the bottom of the 9th inning, and it's going to be Enyel De Los Santos. 33 games. Bottom line is what you're looking at right there, because it's another save opportunity for Enyel. 4.67 is the ERA. 33 strikeouts to 8 walks for Enyel. He's had a good changeup this season.
First pitch to Kerry Carpenter misses the plate. We also have a defensive change for the Astros. Raynel Delgado has come into the game to replace Jose Altuve at second base. Carpenter 0 for 3 with a ground out, a pop up, and a fly out. Hooks this one foul. It's 1-1. Five hits for the Astros, 3 hits for the Tigers. Taylor Trammell, a home run and then a manufactured run in the top half of the 9th inning after the Trammell homer in the 6th. This ball hit well but foul. It's 1-2.
Just a couple of hard hit strikes against Carpenter.
Carpenter aggressive, but that is nothing new against Enyel De Los Santos. He has a swing rate amongst the top of any of the elite pitchers in baseball, especially when he faces righties. But he's usually around the zone and induces a lot of swings. .61% swing rate at the fastball. Ooh, close to a swing. No swing there. It's 2-2. Oh man. Wow.
Late timeout by Christian Vasquez.
Wow. That was scary. Vasquez running out from behind the plate as De Los Santos was in his windup.
He popped out of there as soon as that leg came up. That was odd.
2-2 the count. Just reaching out to stay alive in case that was a strike with a changeup. De Los Santos with another 2-2 pitch to Kerry Carpenter. Skies one, center field playable. Jake Myers comes in. One away in the 9th. Next telecast presented by Kaplan Sinus Relief. Right back here tomorrow, same game time, 6:40 Eastern, 5:40 Central. We'll be on the air at 4:30 with our special 1-hour pregame show as we do on Friday night. Spencer Arrighetti gets the ball for the Astros. Cater Montero on the mound for the Tigers.
Could be another really good pitching matchup. A couple of young, good arms.
Here's Dylan Dingler. This ball hit well, deep to center field. Myers back to the wall. That ball's gone. Dylan Dingler continues to have a monster season for the Tigers. Home run number 19 on the year. And it's now a 2-1 Astros lead.
Extra run for the Astros could prove to be huge at the top of the 9th as Dingler winds up and gets 96 out of the plate, gets those big arms extended, and hits a bomb 432 feet away.
First Tiger to reach second base, circles the bases. Dylan Dingler. This ball hit hard, and the tying run will be on base. Cam Smith plays it on a hop and keeps Riley Green at first base, but back-to-back swings here against De Los Santos. A home run and a hard single to right in a one-run game now. Now a little meeting with Josh Miller going out to talk to De Los Santos. All right, Blummer, that run in the top of the 9th, such a difference maker. Now the Tigers with back-to-back swings with a home run and a single, and quick visit from Josh as now Colt Keith will bat here with a runner on and one out.
Yeah, if you're NL, you just got to calm down and execute. Commit to the pitch that Vasquez has given you.
Ground ball clubbed by Walker. They could turn 2. Ball game over. What a visit by Josh Miller. They get a double play on the very next pitch. Tigers getting aggressive in the 9th. Go home run, single, double play on 3 consecutive pitches, and the Astros win it 2-1.
That was a great visit. What a game. Pitching highlighting this entire game. Tatsuya Imai going out there, getting into the double digits in the Ks, and then the defense picking him up. Nice little snag right there from Christian Walker and a great throw. That right there, as soon as that ended up in the glove, you knew that game was over.
Walker continues his season without an error this year, making great plays throughout the season. Christian Walker starts that double play, and the Astros win this pitcher's duel 2-1. They are now within 3 games of 500. And the Astros postgame show presented by Whataburger will break it all down. Kevin Eschenfelder, Brian Bogusevic, they are your hosts. Julia Morales with interviews on the field and in the clubhouse. Astros postgame show after a 2-1 win starts next.